What's up, YouTube? This is Black Now, and today, guys, I bring you some extra farming tips. These ones showed up these few days on the internet, so I gathered them up and I'm bringing them here. So first, we're gonna go over different lostwood folly strategies, then some weaver trees tips to farm rare items, and that'll be it for today's video. So first of all, it is well known the strategy of using false temples around the lostwood folly to farm XP and everything. But recently, Frozen Sentinel showed that actually using Cemetery of Reweaving is better, because it has more monster density, it has more weaver monsters, and overall, it just brings us more reward. It can bring us about 40,000 memory embers per hour. That's a lot. It will also bring a lot of XP, a lot of favor, and a lot of gears. Remember to get your prophecies aligned with this so you can farm better. If you're not COF, sorry buddy. Just kidding. I'm just making jokes with the rivalry there, but yes, I do think COF. Another thing you can do here is, if you don't have enough, this strategy by itself will give you more woven echoes. A lot of them drop on Cemetery of Reweaving, but if it happens that you run out of Cemeteries of Reweaving, just like I did, you can use false temples. So you can adapt this strategy to both, but remember, Cemetery of Reweaving is better. Some people like to use Unclaimed Trove here. Unclaimed Trove to farm a lot of caches, and you can combo Unclaimed Trove with this. Receive Echo Reward, no. Champions, no. It's this one. With this item you want to find. So let's say you really want to farm something. Like, okay, I have a mace with melee attack speed, which I already have. But I can easily... I can't put a ring here, sorry. This one is armor or weapon. So let's say I wanna 4LP of this. So I put it here, then I go for an Unclaimed Trove. It's gonna have a lot of troves, a lot of caches, and I'm gonna have a 6% chance to find the item I want. So that's one way of using that. And as long as we're here, these 4 nodes, they're very good for farming, okay? Farming your specific double, triple exalted items. Like you can see here, I found a triple exalted item, and I'm putting here on where I can find champions. How do I make more champions appear? There are these heroic gauntlets, there's Mage Bane, and those make it so that rune prisons makes champions appear, and champions by themselves will spawn more. So this will make more champions appear. You can also go on the map and what was the name of that map? You can also go into the rune prison complex. It's gonna have a lot of exalted mages, and that's gonna make a lot of champions appear. You can clear all the map and not finish, go out, then go in again. The original mage rewards will not be there anymore, but the champion rewards and twinned mages that you can get with this node will be there. Also, if you're farming that, do get this one. It has a chance to leave a plus level 2 skill of all affixes, and they're very good. We never know when we're gonna use them, so do take these, they're very good. Okay, so that was farming champions. This one is regular monsters, so if you use this with the Lost Folly or Lostwood Folly on any one of those, you're gonna kill a lot of monsters and you're gonna have a lot of stuff. This one is for Echo rewards, so it's kind of the worst one. And Lost Cache, which you can do the Unclaimed Trove. If you need, first of all, Loomed Riches and Woven Riches do place the echoes you want here. The woven echoes you want here. It's gonna give them more chance to drop so you can sustain the strategy. Loot lizards drop quite a bit of glyphs and runes, and we can use them to buff this kind of item. I'm gonna make a video explaining about that later, but Rune of Redemption that can roll the affixes within an item. So if I put a T7, bugged. Let's see this double T6 here, and I use a Rune of Redemption, it's gonna change into something else. So that's one way of looking for the rare affixes you want. Rune of Havoc, I use this to get experimental and champion stuff onto my uniques, because you can get an item, any item from a mage, if it has tier 1 frenzy, and then you take it drops anything else on tier 7, you can use this Rune of Havoc to change around and get a T7 experimental, and that's very good. And when you get something as good as the gloves I showed on my Weaver's tree, use Rune of Creation to double it. Don't forget that, because you can slam it on something else later. So this glove is very, very good. Not for my build, but it's very good. It's triple exalted, a tier 7, double tier 6. And I dropped it, but you can use these ones on it to make your chances better. And that's very, very good. So while you're farming all that, if you're COF, there's also something Sentinel called the double blocking prophecy, and I liked it very much. It consists of putting focusing lengths of time that reduce the chances by 100%. It blocks the chance for prophecies to have monoliths that are events that are not monoliths. Obscuring lengths of time block the chance for prophecies to have monolith events. So what this does is that the only events that's going to be left are some general ones, and that makes it very easy to farm. As this takes 2 slots, your other viable option, in my opinion, is putting a Lance of Wealth or a Lance of Rhyme. I prefer putting the Lance of Wealth. I think to have the prophecy drop twice the stuff is better than doing the prophecy twice. I just think it's more profitable. So you're gonna have to look for whatever you're looking, and you're gonna have to re-roll more, but you're gonna find some very general events like Death of Champion, any champion, Death of Boss, any boss, Death of an Exiled Mage, you're gonna find them everywhere. Siege Golems are a bit rare, but I do like to take this one because Siege Golems also give awesome XP. One more champion, one more exiled mage. So let's look for a weapon here. Let's say I'm looking for maces, okay? I am looking for maces. Exalted mace with Siege Golem, a bit rare, but okay. None. None. Here's another one, Death of Boss, any boss. Very good. Any boss again. So let me take this moment to remember you guys how to use the Pity Shade. Let's say you have a lot of boss prophecies. Okay, so I found a lot of them there. It's any boss prophecy. So we're gonna go to a monolith in which you already empowered, you have a good enough corruption in which you can play and kill shades and bosses. You're gonna come here. You're gonna have 9 Gases of Orobis or more. How do you get that? Harbinger's Needle. I don't have a Harbinger's Needle, but you're gonna use the Harbinger's Needle and stuff like that. So when you clear any map, you're gonna have a chance that a shade will show up like this one. This is what we call a Pity Shade, because it's gonna show up when you clear a boss and you have a lot of Gazes and that kind of stuff. Do get this Weaver tree node, making it so that corruption does not increase, but killing the shade will reset your timeline. So you're gonna kill the shade, it's gonna reset your timeline. The shade gives quite a bit of timeline stability, and you're gonna do a map again, find another shade, do this and do this until you have enough for the boss. Then you can kill the boss, and on this process you're doing boss, map, boss, boss, map, boss, and so on. So you're gonna farm these boss prophecies quite fast doing this. So that's it for today's farming tips. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys farm a lot of the goodies, and see you all later.